I called it so many weeks back. I called it so fucking hard. Puck does not lie, but he is the final villain. So, it's obvious. I knew it was Puck. I knew it so much. I knew it. I knew it would be. All the build-up, all the freaking things that's been going on in these past couple episodes. I knew Puck was going to be the final villain in the end. And to see this episode and see the way it ended, I was like, yep, I was correct. So, the episode, for the most part, has our team finally go to Oberon. They finally make it there, and they confront all their Kiltergon to take them down. Now, in this episode, it is revealed that last episode, the last week's episode, which I had theories about it, and I saw some comments that the Chibits were leaving, that, supposedly, you had all the Kiltergon messing with the brains or the dreams of, Daichi, our main character, but it was kind of a useless, little wasteful episode. It was, honestly. But with this episode, it's revealed that they were messing with him and all that, and it was like psychological warfare, so for the most part, I can understand now. Now, this episode, pretty basic. It was a lot of fighting, a lot of badassness, and some friendship power-ups. Okay, so I'm gonna get into that in just a moment, okay? Now, the fighting for the most part in this episode was really good. I liked the way it looked. The animation looked really badass. And the music at the first part of this episode with Bugbear, I was like, damn, that is fucking good. Because that soundtrack was really, really nice they had playing. And the soundtrack at the end of the episode, when you saw the Eggo block, whatever you want to call it, I'm just going to call it an Eggo. Eggo, the waffles or whatever, I want to call it an Eggo block. So, you have this giant-ass Eggo block come out, with, Puck at the end, and that music was really badass. So anyways, going back to the major point of this episode, the first part with Bugbear, okay? It kind of bugs me just a little bit. It bugs me a little bit because in this episode, I don't know, it really bugs me how supposedly Daichi and, Teppei can, I guess, defeat Bugbear because their feelings, their emotions are stronger than strength. And I'm like, I was like, this is like a shonen. This is exactly like what you would see in a shonen. I'm not saying that the episode is bad. I'm not. I disapprove of that entire bit with Daichi saying, it's because of feelings that I could take you down. I'm like, but, you know what, I'll look past it, because this is the series, finale. We're finally getting into the final bits of the series. Next episode is the final episode, so I'm just going to take it how it is, and I'm going to enjoy the ending part of this ride. Now, the later half of this episode, when you get to see inside of Oberon, that was really beautiful. The animators did some good job with, revealing Oberon's insides, getting to see the cocoon, getting to see everything. I was like, that looks really beastly. It looked really good this episode, and that's something Captain Earth always does correctly. The animation looks freaking solid all the time. Now, Puck, when you saw his voice come out and start talking in the cocoon, I was like, he is going to betray them. He's going to fucking betray them. And guess what? He fucking betrayed them. And, we find out he can actually destroy Eggo blocks. So, I'm going to call them Eggo blocks, okay? I know the pronunciation's wrong. I'm just going to call them Eggo blocks, since it's just so similar that they would call it like that. It sounds so similar. I'm interested to see how the English dub is going to sound when they say, like, Eggo blocks. Are they going to say Eggo, or are they going to say Eggo? I don't know. But the episode with the reveal at the end with Puck turning villain, it was not surprising. It was predictable. I predicted it, so, I highly doubt I was the only one to predict that. And to see the way the Kiltergon acted at the end of this episode, it makes me believe that they're going to have to help Daichi and Teppei and the entire crew to defeat Puck. Now, in this entire exact bit, with Puck, taking over the cocoon, which means he's taking over all the Eggo blocks of all the Kiltergon, well, most likely the Kiltergon are going to be fucked in this entire battle, because, when Puck dies, all the Eggo blocks die, and so that right there is just, yeah, they're out of luck. They're fucking out of luck if, they destroy Puck. Speaking of Puck, his main goal is to implant himself into every single sentient being. Sounds like every evil fucking machine, and a lot of series, actually. I think Mass Effect even has something like that. But anyways, tell me your thoughts in the comments below. I love all of you so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.